It was the first day on the job for Alameda County's newly sworn-in district attorney, Ursula Dickson. She tells us safety is one of her top priorities. Lauren Toms caught up with her as she was settling into her new office.
Alameda County's new district attorney, Ursula Dickson, barely had time to settle into her office, a space once held by Supreme Court Chief Justice Earl Warren, before being met with a court strike, halting proceedings and highlighting challenges ahead. But she says she didn't seek the job because it was easy, but because she knows the impact the office can have.
Oakland is really struggling. I feel like we're on an IV right now. No office is perfect and no history of any office is perfect. But this office has an amazing history of people who've done great work.
Dickson, who has lived in Alameda County for more than 2 decades, understands the challenges ahead. She calls Oakland not only home, but a beautiful city on life support.
They don't have the police and the budget is a mess, and we're waiting to see who our new mayor is. And I'm saying we because I live in the city. But the other piece of that is these agencies are still working hard. They've not slacked. They're still bringing cases in. It's up to us to take up the rest of that.
A career public servant, Dickson has worn many hats, from prosecutor in this very office to Superior Court judge, and now the county's top law enforcement official after being appointed to the post last month. But she isn't here for the title.
The people here are like, what should we call you? I'm like, Ursula. That's my name, Ursula. And so I don't care about the title. I just care about the work.
Latest statistics show an uphill battle for Dickson. According to city data, violent crime dropped across Alameda County, including in Oakland, where it saw a 19% decrease. But Dickson handles the next step, prosecutions. And according to the latest data from Oakland police, just 3% of violent crimes were solved in 2023. And that's where her work begins.
I feel like we cannot stop the crime from occurring, but we can be a deterrent, and we can make sure that people know that when something happens to them and it's brought to our office, something happens. There is a consequence for every action.
Her first major policy shift, speeding up the charging process, upending her predecessor Pamela Price's progressive policy.
If our job is to make sure we at most can protect our community by also making sure that, young people who make dumb mistakes, everybody doesn't have to go to state prison for everything that they do. But you can't continue to do the same thing over and over again with the same result and not call that insanity.
Ultimately, she says the role of DA is about consequences, ensuring that when crime happens, justice follows.
Her very first order of business this morning, she issued a directive to prosecutors rescinding a handful of her predecessor's policies, including requiring special approval before adding enhancements to a case, such as a gun enhancement that adds time onto a sentence.